Alright, so a new day means another pet catchers video. Today we're going to be going over update 1.5, which we should be expecting this weekend, and we're also going to be going over update 2, which is going to be for the following week. Now, we have a lot of things to go over in this video, so it might actually be a pretty long one. So I'm going to do less yapping and more kind of showing, I guess. Well, actually, I still have to yap. So anyways, let's get into the first thing for this weekend's update. So if you guys are active in the Rumble Studios Discord, then you probably know that there was really no plans for an update this weekend. The development team has been pretty straightforward with the fact that they don't have plans on doing weekly updates for the game. How did I just instantly die? What just happened there? Huh? What? I'm like bugged. I'm bugged outside of the fight. Wait, no, this is crazy. I've literally never had this happen to me. Can I technically go back in? Oh my God, dude, what is happening right now? Now I'm not bugged, but my camera is locked. Well, that is incredibly weird. Anyways, like I was saying before, the development team has been very vocal that they don't have any plans to do weekly updates for the game. But after many people went ahead and begged Isaac the other night, he came up with a quick solution to go ahead and make everyone happy. Since it is going to be St. Patrick's Day this weekend, he has agreed to sort of make a mini update. This is extremely important because the global secrets that are in the game right now, being the Doggy 1337, the Pot of Gold, as well as the Prophet, will be completely gone for the game forever. Now, obviously, we have no exact indication whether this update is going to be dropping on Friday, being tomorrow, or if it's going to be dropping on Saturday. So if you're still trying to get your hands on those global secrets, I suggest that you go ahead and focus on that for the next 24 to 48 hours, because once that's over, they will be completely gone and brand new global secrets are going to be introduced. Unfortunately, I don't have any pictures to show you of those pets because I'm assuming that Isaac is kind of holding on to that information. Since it is considered sort of a mini update, at least some things have to stay a surprise, because there is one other thing that he did share for this weekend, which is a brand new shrine. This is going to be a limited time shrine, and from the looks of the image that was shared with us, it is going to be located inside of Sunset Shores. But honestly, that's not even the half cool part about this, because apparently this is not confirmed 100% because he said he hasn't really made a decision yet. But there is a chance that when this update drops, this shrine will have the possibility of giving you a secret pet and a secret mount. Again, he hasn't really made the decision whether he wants to do that or not. If they decide not to do it, it's still going to be giving you a lot of really cool stuff, which is a quote-unquote what Isaac said. Now, for the most part, that is everything that we're going to be getting this weekend, because again, it is just a mini update. But now we're going to move in to what's coming on the 22nd of March, being the following weekend. This update is going to be massive, and honestly, it's going to be really insane and a huge game changer for all of us. There's a lot of different things that I'm going to be showing you in this video, so if you don't want to be spoiled that far in advance, for one, I have no idea why you clicked on a leaks video, but if that is you, then you should probably stop watching now. So let's get started with kind of the elephant in the room, which is the one thing that a lot of people already know, and that is Arcade. We are finally going to be getting Arcade, which I'm sure many of you are already familiar because it's been saying coming soon inside of the Magma Basin since the release of the game. Inside of this arcade, like you can see in the pictures that I'm showing you in the background right now, there is going to be mini games, or I guess arcade machines, that you'll be able to play individually. If you take a closer look at some of these images, you can see that the dig site minigame is actually an arcade machine in there, and so is the dance-off machine. But then aside from that, there's also a brand new one, which is a claw machine. He's already confirmed that there is going to be a brand new minigame, and apparently it's actually a lot of fun. But the catch is that you will not be able to play this minigame with the golden tickets that are already in the game. Apparently, there's going to be some new currency called something cubes. I don't exactly remember what it's called right now, because like I mentioned before, there's a lot of information that I've been going over inside of Isaac's catalogs. But the point is that there is going to be a brand new currency to play that one. Aside from that, you also probably noticed that there's two individual rooms that are kind of completely blocked off. One of these rooms is actually containing the Rainbowify machine, which I'll show you a closer look of what that machine looks like. This system here is going to be exactly what I've been talking to you guys for the last couple of updates, and that is rainbow mounts. Currently in the game, if you have more than 8 of a mount, you can go ahead and turn it into a different colored one. If I had 6 more of these regular UFOs, I can click on it and I can actually hit convert, and it will turn it into a completely random color. So let's just say that I did have 8 of them. I hit convert, boom, now I have a blue one. The way that the Rainbowify machine is going to work is very interesting. Basically, if I had one of every single color inside of my inventory, I'd be able to grab all of those individual colors, put them into the Rainbow 5 machine, and that will turn it into a rainbow UFO. All of these little clips that I'm showing you in the background are different mounts that you guys are fully familiar with that are in the game right now in their brand new rainbow format. They look really sick, dude, but honestly, the coolest one is going to be the UFO. And the reason for that is because unfortunately, the UFO will be removed from the game, not this week, but the following week, because good news is that although there is going to be a mini update this weekend, the Sentinel quests will not be removed until the arcade is introduced. So that means that you guys now have an extended 1 week to complete the quest line and get your hands on the UFOs. Now, I know some of you are probably thinking right now that there isn't even enough time in 1 week to be able to get your hands on every single colored UFO, which honestly, I agree 100%. I do personally have 3 UFOs. The blue one I got as a drop, and then the other 2 regular ones that I have, I also just got from a random drop doing Kraken. And all of that has been within the last week. So even if I did have another week and I got the same exact drops, I still would only have 4 regular ones. But apparently Isaac has a solution for this. He went ahead and replied to somebody who said this same exact thing in the chat, and his answer was, I'm adding a new item to help combat this issue. So I'm not 100% sure if that means that with the mini update, we're also going to be expecting a brand new item that will increase the chances for us to be able to get mount drops. But this is definitely something that's really interesting. As someone that has been trying extremely hard to collect all of the mounts, I'm definitely looking forward to this. Which actually, looking further into his chat logs right now, I can see an image that he posted called the prismatic paint. I'm going to show you guys that right now. And it says this magical paint allows you to re-roll the color of a colored mount. This is really interesting because I personally do not like the color blue. So my blue UFO, I could turn into a red one, which is really what I've been trying to get my hands on. So I'm assuming that this is the item that he is specifically talking about. But now I'm kind of curious, am I able to turn the regular ones that I have into colored? Because it does specifically say there that only the colored ones can be changed. And speaking of new items, going completely off topic, aside from that item, there's also a brand new one that we're going to be expecting for the arcade called Hardcore Tomes. You guys might be familiar with this item in the game if you've been playing for quite some time now, being the respawn tome. It's something that you use over on the bosses in order to basically do the fight all over again. But what's really interesting about the Hardcore Tome is that it says a powerful tome that allows you to challenge harder bosses for greater rewards. One of the greater rewards that Isaac actually pointed out using it as an example was basically the Kraken over here. So in his exact words is, if you were to go ahead and use a Hardcore Tome on Kraken, then in return, if you beat him, you would have the chance to get your hands on an elite Kraken pet. And also, I know that there's someone out there, because I know that I was also this person. The moment that I read this, I was like, oh, well, that's chilling. I mean, all my pets have lifesteal anyway, so I'll be able to complete the hardcore easily. Well, I have sad news for you. It looks like there's going to be a little bit of a nerf to the lifesteal. Technically, it's still going to work the exact same way, but they're adding a new system to the hardcore bosses that sort of counters lifesteal. In Isaac's exact words, he said, the new boss is also being designed to do a bunch of tick damage if you don't move away from its attacks to combat the lifesteal meta. In other words, if you are standing in the corner like how I like to do, and you're just trying to depend straight off of your lifesteal, you not moving or not contributing back to the fight is going to make it so that the elite Kraken will hit even harder. So yes, unfortunately for the hardcore tomes, the lifesteal meta has come to an end, sadly, but that doesn't mean that we won't come up with a new one. Also, kind of backtracking here a little bit, going back to the rainbow mounts, I also forgot to mention that although rainbow mounts will look really cool, they also will be faster. As you can see here, according to Isaac, they will be 25% faster than the current mounts that we have right now. So that will literally mean that you'll be traveling throughout the entire map like a bullet. Next thing on our list of information here is going to be the brand new boss. Now, previously in the last leak video, I told you guys that the new boss that was going to be coming was going to be for the Easter event. Easter event is going to be something that's going to be huge and massive. There's going to be a Easter egg hunt and like a bunch of crazy new content based off of what we've been told. And technically, we weren't supposed to receive another new boss until that Easter event does happen. Well, again, there was a little bit of a change of plans, and now we're going to be receiving a new boss for the arcade update. As a matter of fact, it's going to be an arcade machine, which we will be fighting up again. A little more detail in Isaac's words is, I decided to add a boss to the arcade. You basically fight a giant arcade machine on the surface right in front of the screen. The arcade machine will show you which game he's booting up, such as games where you have to jump on logs and to not touch water. So based on the description, it's like a really interactive boss fight. And I mean, for the most part, it sounds really cool. Obviously, we can't really put a picture to it. At least I can't. But as long as there's really cool rewards, man, I'm really happy with that. Now, I will make it known now, if the mount for that boss is actually an arcade machine that I just all of a sudden start riding around the entire map, one, I'm going to find that absolutely hilarious. And two, there better be a matching pet that's just as cool. Moving on to the next thing. This one I went ahead and kind of left for the end of the video because I'm not 100% sure if this is going to be for the arcade update or if it's going to be for the mini update this weekend, but we are going to be getting a quality of life change that I'm sure many of you would appreciate it because I know I would. It's probably one of the things that upsets me the absolute most, and that is when you go into the fish exchange and you're ready to sell stuff. Unfortunately, it's kind of just like a gamble. You sort of have to predict what it is that you're going to get because it doesn't really say anything here. It just says sell and close. If I sell it, then I figure out how much I'm getting. As you can see from this image, that is going to be changed. You'll be able to see how many gems you're going to be getting for the fish, as well as how much money. Again, kind of a silly change, but it is sort of a big one for a lot of us that are just sort of impatient to know how much we've actually collected, but also want to wait for a fortune event. And now finally, we're going to get into the final thing, which is really what I left for the end because it's probably the thing that I am by far the absolute most excited for. And I've mentioned this before, that is the skill tree. We've been hearing talks about this here and there, and honestly, the way that Isaac explained it the first time that he mentioned it, it sounded like we weren't going to be getting the skill tree for quite some time. Fortunately, that has now changed, and we're expecting to get the skill tree for the arcade update. Here's a full breakdown on what we know so far about that. It says skill points cost gems. Every time you buy a skill point, the price goes up, making it increasingly more grindy for each point. You then have to place your points to navigate up the tree, and you choose paths to benefit you as a player. There's really OP ones you can grind for. You can then use a regret flask to reset your points, giving you all the ones you place back if you want to make new decisions. So that's the concept of how the entire skill tree is sort of gonna work. Inside of here, you'll be able to unlock things like more hatching, more pet equips, I'd imagine damage boost, HP boost, different things like how they're all spread out throughout the map here. But the catch is that the skill tree is not going to be easy. It's not going to be something that we're going to be able to complete in one day. It's not going to be something that we're going to be able to complete in a couple minutes. This is going to be a long-term thing, and apparently it's going to cost a lot to even remotely get close to completing this. So yeah, man, that is pretty much everything that we've gotten so far as information for the mini update this weekend, as well as the update next weekend. Speaking of which, I also just looked over and I forgot to mention one other thing, and that is a coin to gem converter. Basically, starting next update, it'll be very, very easy for us to make money. So for every 1 billion coins, there's going to be a converter that turns it into 100 gems. I know it sounds a little bit crazy, because technically speaking, if I was to go ahead and turn in all my money right now, I would get roughly about 2,000 gems, I think. I'm very bad at math, and that could be off. Maybe it's 20,000, but I'm pretty confident it's 2,000. Now I'm second guessing myself. I think it might be 20,000. The point is, that's how it's going to work. It's going to be 1 billion coins for every 100 gems. This might be super exciting for some of you, and it might just be a little bit of a whatever moment for the rest of you. Either way, man, let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. I'm really, really curious to read about it. Personally, the thing that I'm most excited for is going to be the skill tree, just because I know that it's going to be something that we're going to have to grind for and potentially do another 20-hour stream just to see how far we can actually make it. But if you enjoyed this video and it kept you informed, make sure to drop a like on it, subscribe to the channel so you do not miss any of my pet catchers videos. I just accidentally punched my mic and now it's completely twisted, so I need to adjust this. Sorry if you guys are hearing that. Turn on notifications on the channel so you do not miss my following video, because if you watched my video yesterday, then you know that the Leviathan has been finally obtained, and just as a little bit of information to you, so has the silly doggy. We have the footage, man. We've got everything. I have all of the proof to show you guys. You don't want to miss that video. That's gonna do it for this one. Like always, I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.